Hi there and welcome back to Senior Health Over 60, your trusted space for real, practical insights on how to age with strength, clarity, and confidence. I'm Dr. James Whitmore, and if you're over 60 or you love someone who is, you're absolutely in the right place. Let me ask you a question you probably haven't heard before. Could just 5 minutes each morning, yes, just 5, actually add years to your life? It sounds almost ridiculous, I know. In a world where everything promises miracle results, this might come across like just another catchy title. But stick with me, because I'm here to tell you, as a physician with over 30 years working in geriatric health, this idea is more than just a theory. It's backed by solid science and even stronger results I've seen in real patients. In fact, some of the healthiest older adults I know, the kind who are still gardening, biking, playing with grandkids into their 80s, aren't relying on secret formulas or luxury supplements. They're just consistently practicing small, intentional habits, starting with how they begin each day. That's why today's video is going to break down a simple but powerful 5-minute morning ritual that's quietly transforming how seniors feel, think, and move. And no, it doesn't involve a gym membership, pricey pills, or any equipment at all. We'll walk through each step together, and I'll share real stories of real people, just like you, who made small changes and saw big differences. This could truly be the beginning of your second prime. But before we dive in, I'd love it if you take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Your support means the world to us, and it keeps this community growing with purpose and heart. All right, ready to see how just 5 minutes tomorrow morning could shape the rest of your life? Let's get started. Part 1. Hydration, the morning reset for your heart. Let's start with the very first thing you should do the moment you wake up, before you check your phone, turn on the coffee pot, or even think about breakfast. I'm talking about hydration. You may not realize it, but by the time you open your eyes in the morning, your body is already running on a slight deficit. While you slept, you were losing water through your breath and your skin, nearly half a liter overnight. You didn't notice it, but your bloodstream sure did. And here's the problem. This mild dehydration thickens your blood. It makes your heart work harder. And in older adults, this quiet stress on the cardiovascular system is one of the big reasons why strokes and heart attacks are statistically more likely to happen within the first 2 hours after waking up. So what's the solution? Simple but powerful. Within the first 5 minutes of getting up, drink a full glass, about 16 ounces of room temperature water with a squeeze of fresh lemon. Now, why room temperature? Because cold water constricts your blood vessels, and first thing in the morning, your body is already trying to open them up. Room temperature, or slightly warm water, supports that process, easing the strain on your heart and boosting circulation. And the lemon, it's not just for flavor. It adds a healthy dose of potassium and vitamin C, which helps reduce inflammation, supports your immune system, and even helps trigger liver enzymes that flush out overnight waste from your body. There's another hidden benefit too. Lemons are rich in compounds that stimulate collagen production. That's great news for your joints and your skin, especially as we age. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Marjorie, 72 years old, retired librarian. She used to wake up every morning with dizzy spells and brain fog. We added just this one habit to her morning routine, nothing else at first, and within a week she noticed a difference. Within a month she felt like a new woman, alert, energized, more balanced, just from one glass of lemon water every morning. It's not magic, it's science, and it's something you can start tomorrow. Up next, we're going to get your blood moving, literally. Let's talk about a simple 1-minute movement that jumpstarts your brain, boosts your balance, and gets oxygen flowing exactly where you need it. Stay with me. Part 2. Circulation. 60 seconds to wake up your brain and balance. Now that your body has been rehydrated, it's time to get things moving, literally. After a full night of lying still, your blood tends to pool in the lower half of your body. That's why many older adults feel lightheaded, dizzy, or even slightly off the moment they stand up. And if you've ever wobbled your way to the bathroom or felt like your feet weren't quite under you yet, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What you're experiencing is a temporary drop in circulation, especially to the brain. And if left unchecked, that sluggish start can increase your risk of falls, fatigue, and even something more serious like a clot or mini stroke. But here's the good news. You can counteract it in just 60 seconds. This is what I call your circulation reset. You don't need fancy gear and you don't need to leave your bedroom. You just need a moment of mindful movement. Here's what to do. Start by standing with your feet shoulder-width apart. Raise both arms slowly above your head as you take a deep breath in through your nose. Then, gently lower them as you exhale through your mouth. Now roll your shoulders backward 5 times, nice and slow. Then forward 5 times. Feel the tension start to melt. Next, rise up on your toes, just lifting your heels an inch or 2 off the ground and lower them back down. Do that about 10 times. You're not trying to break a sweat, you're simply telling your body, hey, it's time to wake up. This light movement acts like a natural pump, helping your blood return from the lower extremities to your heart and brain. It's your internal jumpstart, no caffeine needed. I once worked with a gentleman named Harold. He was 76, very sharp, but had started noticing balance issues when getting out of bed. After one mild fall, we added this 1-minute routine to his mornings. Within days, the dizzy spells stopped. He told me, I feel like I'm powering on, not just stumbling forward. These micro movements also get your lymphatic system going, which is your body's waste disposal system. Unlike your blood, lymph doesn't move unless you move. And if your lymph is sluggish, your whole immune system slows down too. So this isn't just about balance. It's about better circulation, better energy, and better defense against illness. And it all starts with 1 minute. Next, we're going to talk about something that might surprise you. Why eating protein early in the morning could be the key to staying strong and independent in your later years. Let's keep going. Part 3. Protein timing, protecting your muscle and energy after 60. Let's talk about something most people never think about first thing in the morning: muscle loss. After age 60, your body naturally starts to break down muscle tissue faster than it builds it. That's part of the aging process. But here's the part most people don't realize. The muscle breakdown starts early in the day, often before you even eat breakfast. It's a quiet process called catabolism, and if left unchecked, it leads to weakness, fatigue, joint pain, and even a greater risk of falling. But you don't have to let it happen. You can stop that muscle loss with one smart, timely move. Eat high-quality protein within the first 30 minutes after you wake up. Not 2 hours later, not just at lunch, but right after you rehydrate and get moving. You see, your body is in a highly sensitive state when you first wake up. It's hungry for fuel. If you don't give it what it needs, specifically amino acids from protein, it'll start pulling those resources from your own muscle stores. And over time, that's how even healthy eaters end up feeling weaker year after year. So what should you eat? A simple shake with 25 to 30 grams of whey protein, a couple of eggs and some Greek yogurt. Even plant-based options like tofu or pea protein can work well. What matters most isn't the type, it's the timing. I had a patient named Carol, 68 years old, who walked every morning and ate what most would consider a healthy breakfast, but she didn't eat protein until noon. Over the years, her energy dropped, her legs felt weak, and her bones became more fragile. Once we changed her morning to include protein right after waking, everything shifted. Within weeks, she had more pep in her step, and within months, her strength was back on track. Early protein doesn't just help you stay strong. It stabilizes your blood sugar, reduces cravings, and helps you avoid overeating later in the day. That's huge for anyone managing weight, diabetes, or metabolic issues. So here's your take-home message. Feed your muscles before your body feeds on them. A strong day and a stronger body starts with early fuel. Next, we'll focus on something equally important but often overlooked: mobility, and how just 90 seconds of joint-friendly movement can protect your independence for years to come. Stay with me, we're just getting started. Part 4, Joint Mobility, the hidden key to staying independent. Let's move on to something that doesn't get nearly enough attention: mobility. Not exercise, not stretching, but true functional mobility. The kind that helps you bend down to tie your shoes, turn to check traffic, or get out of bed without a second thought. Here's the truth: mobility is one of the most powerful predictors of long-term independence. When your joints stiffen, your movement slows. When movement slows, so does your confidence. And when confidence fades, people stop doing things they used to enjoy, like walking, cooking, gardening, or traveling. It becomes a slow drift into a smaller, more fragile life. But here's the good news: you can change that with less than 90 seconds each morning. After a full night of stillness, your joints are surrounded by synovial fluid, a natural lubricant that gets thick when you're not moving. Think of it like syrup left out in the cold. The first few steps after waking can feel sticky, slow, even painful. That's your body saying, "Warm me up first." This short joint mobility routine does exactly that. Here's what to do right after your circulation reset. Sit on the edge of your bed. Start with your ankles. Rotate each foot 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Then gently rotate each knee in small circles. Take your time. Breathe. Now stand up. Hold onto a sturdy chair or your bed frame. Lean side to side 5 times on each side, gently shifting your upper body. Then slowly twist your torso left and right. And finally, roll your shoulders back 10 times, breathing deeply as you go. These movements wake up your balance, reduce your risk of falls, and help keep your joints healthy for the long haul. I worked with a retired contractor named Bill. He was 73 and had chronic lower back and knee pain. He thought his days of independent movement were behind him. But after adding this 1.5-minute routine to his mornings, his pain dropped, his posture improved, and he started walking to the mailbox again without fear. Here's what most people don't realize: mobility doesn't just protect your joints, it boosts your mood. Gentle motion triggers the release of endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that help fight morning blues, anxiety, and that foggy feeling that sneaks in with age. It's your daily transition from rest to action, and it sets the tone for your entire day. Next, we'll talk about the last but possibly most important piece of the puzzle: your mind. Because a strong body means little if your mind is foggy, distracted, or disconnected. Stay with me. This next minute might just change the way you think, literally. Part 5. Mental clarity, rewiring your brain, one morning at a time. Now let's shift focus to something deeply personal and incredibly powerful: your mind. We often talk about physical health, our hearts, our joints, our muscles. But what about the brain? Because here's the reality: you can't truly enjoy a strong, active life if your mind feels cloudy, scattered, or disconnected. And if you've ever had one of those mornings where you forgot why you walked into a room, you know exactly what I mean. Here's the good news: mental decline is not inevitable. In fact, we now know that the first 30 minutes after waking are one of the most powerful times to stimulate and protect your brain. Specifically, the memory, focus, and processing centers that tend to weaken with age. How? With just 1 minute of something called reverse memory recall. It's simple. After your mobility movements, sit comfortably, close your eyes. Then, slowly try to recall the events of your previous day, but do it backwards. Start with what you did before bed. Who did you talk to? What did you eat? What were you wearing? Then move to the afternoon. Then the morning. Try to recall small details, the sounds, the smells, how you felt in certain moments. This exercise does something remarkable. It activates a brain chemical called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF like fertilizer for your brain. It strengthens connections between neurons, helps grow new brain cells, and builds what neuroscientists call cognitive reserve, your brain's ability to adapt, learn, and bounce back. I remember working with a retired school teacher named Diane, who was starting to feel mentally slower, mixing up appointments, losing track of conversations. We added this 1-minute recall to her morning. At first it felt silly, she said, but within 2 weeks she noticed her focus was sharper. Her memory came back faster. She felt present again. That 1 mindful minute reconnected her with her day and with herself. And here's something even more exciting. When you combine this mental habit with hydration, movement, protein, and mobility, the results multiply. It's not just about one healthy practice. It's about a full-body, full-mind routine that works together to help you stay independent and energized. So take that moment each morning, not just for your body but for your brain. And now that we've covered all 5 steps, let's bring it all together and talk about what this really means for your future. Conclusion: pulling it all together and inspiring action. So let's take a step back for a moment. You've now learned 5 small but powerful steps, each taking just about a minute, that can transform the way you age. None of them require equipment. None of them demand a complete lifestyle overhaul. And yet together, they form something incredibly powerful, a foundation for a longer, stronger, sharper life. Let's quickly recap. First, you hydrate, giving your heart and brain what they need before anything else. Then, you move gently to reset your circulation, awaken your energy, and bring oxygen to where it matters most. You follow that with smart, early protein to protect your muscles, your strength, and your independence. Next, you tend to your joints, because mobility isn't just about movement, it's about freedom. And finally, you take a minute to reconnect your mind, reinforcing memory, presence, and mental clarity. Each step alone is meaningful, but when you stack them together, something bigger happens. You're not just starting your day, you're taking control of your aging. Here's the truth I want you to hold on to. It's never too late. I've worked with people who didn't start caring for their health until their late 70s, and they still saw dramatic improvements. Why? Because your body is always listening. Your brain is always adapting. Your cells don't care how old you are. They respond to consistency, attention, and care. And that's what these 5 minutes represent: care. Not just for your body, but for your future. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine waking up one morning, 6 months from now, and feeling more energized, walking with more confidence, thinking with more clarity, knowing that you're not just getting older, you're growing stronger. That version of you, it starts tomorrow, not with a miracle, not with a drastic change, but with 5 quiet minutes of intention. And now, before we wrap up, I want to invite you to do something important. If this video gave you even one helpful insight, please click the like button. If you want to keep receiving practical, powerful tips designed specifically for vibrant aging, subscribe to our channel. And if there's someone in your life, a parent, grandparent, neighbor, or friend, who might need to hear this message, share it with them. It might be the gift they didn't know they needed. And if you've already started one of these 5 steps, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What's working for you? What surprised you? Let's support one another and grow together. Because here at Senior Health Over 60, we believe in something simple but bold. Growing older doesn't mean fading, it means evolving. And we're here, every step of the way, to help you evolve stronger, sharper, and freer than ever before. Thank you for watching. Thank you for choosing to care. And remember, your best years can still be ahead.